Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here. Welcome back to the MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries modded playthrough hardcore challenge, all the things. Last we did a infiltration mission, but I want to introduce you guys to something that I was just exposed to and my chat helped me. And again, if you don't know, I stream Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern through 4 p.m. Eastern. So if you'd like to join, I'm on Twitch, I'm on YouTube, where you're watching this, and I'm also over on Kick. So if you'd like to watch on any of those platforms, link is down below. Just want to say again, thanks for considering it. It's a great time. We have a great community. Okay, one thing I want to point you guys towards is operations. One of the things that Yet Another Mech Lab does is actually add another tier here. A dropship upgrades, and I was just introduced to this, so if you're using Yet Another Mech Lab, you're not aware, you have to enable it, and you can still do that. So we just started this campaign, we've done one mission, we've done a few things here or there, right? Not a big deal, right? We're gonna go to Yet Another Mech Lab game options, right here, viewable and operations tab, upgrades. We're going to go ahead and apply this. That's all we gotta do. Now return. We're gonna hit tab, operations. You'll notice here, upgrades. This is a completely new system to me. I didn't know this was going on, and it does say this is still under development, balance is still ongoing. But what this is doing is very similar to what like BattleTech did with the Argo. For instance, you sub-light pulse engine, unlike regular dropships. It basically gives you reduced transit times, excuse me, from jump point entry by 50%, right? So that's actually travel time, right? And now, where do you get these? You get these from doing cantina missions. So when you get a cantina mission and you complete them, you get points here. You can see this says 4 points. I can't unlock anything until then, but you can sort of see some of these are pretty big. Salvage is another big thing. Partial mech parts by 15%. You can go to Mech Lab. You can refits and equipment repair, excluding armor, are 20% faster, but 10% more expensive. So there's definitely some really cool ones. Another one is like HR, recovery time by 10%, and then if you do the full one, it's an additional 30. That's a 40% increase just right there. Obviously that would stack with like pilot traits now that we have that system. You also have politics over here, increase your reputation that you can increase. There's a bunch of stuff on here, and I was just exposed to this. Also, with Yet Another Mech Lab, you as the commander can use any mech, but your mech bays here, you can sort of see 55, reinforced clamps, increase mech bay to mech tonnage limit to 55, which basically means mech bay 2, which is this, you can't do more until you start upgrading. And this is actually really cool because I've sort of talked about like end game and sort of like building up your merc unit and how there's just things that's it's too easy in vanilla. So I was just introduced to this. I don't know how hard this is going to be. I don't know how difficult it's going to be able to get to this point, but the good thing is this is going to add another level of difficulty on top of what I'm already doing. Why not? But I think this is awesome. So whoever does Yet Another Mech Lab, very, very cool. I would definitely say PGI take notice. These are type of the things where I was just mentioning in my SOK playthrough that there is a desire for a little bit of management, and you really just don't have a whole lot. I mean, even with this isn't management, but so this is, you can sort of cater, you pick and choose, but ultimately it's always a benefit to usually taking, except for like some of these where it's more expensive. I actually really like that trade-off because it's not just always a plus there. But yeah, reduces armor repair time by 50%. That's a huge one. So anyways, we will continue to look at this. Some of these are for purchasing, financial, finding rare items, discounted purchasing equipment. And like I said, some of this is removes tonnage restrictions from all mech bays. And you can see here, these have cost too. So each one of these is like 500K, 1.5, 3.5, and then 20. So this is something you can progress towards. I think that's actually really, really cool. So, yes, you can also set this up, I believe, to be C-built only if you want, and you don't have to do the cantina points if you don't want to. But overall, that's fantastic. Something else is that fantastic that I just discovered. Okay, so here we are. rewound after that last mission before we repaired. Before we get going, I noticed that there's weapon upgrade tab. So I just clicked on it and I was like, oh, what is this? This is the ability to upgrade stuff. So this basically means I no longer have just junk things. I have 8, you know, tier 1 medium lasers, and I need 3 to upgrade. So I can make 2 right now. That sacrifices, you know, basically 6 for 2. And I'll get a Tech 2. It's going to cost us 40,000 C-bills altogether. So now I can go from tier 1, and at least me and Locust early game now, that's, you know, it's slight damage increase, slight better heat, slight better duration. It's just slightly better. And now I don't have to worry about just having a bunch of just tier 1 stuff I can upgrade. So if I have a bunch of tier 2 or tier 3, I can do the same. Or you could potentially just sort of work through. It's like a crafting system. That's what basically this is. So if you didn't know about this, I just found out. I think this is fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and do that. The reason we're going to do that is because we're going to actually put those on my mech. And again, we have tier 1s right now, which is fine. But we're going to put these tier 2s. Then we're going to repair. And there we go. Start work. Boom. Done. And that'll do before our contract here. We're going to not take the assassination contract here. Early game here, I think this would be a bad take. But this planet right here, Pascagoula, has a garrison, which is a defense, infiltration, and a raid contract. I think I could do all 3 of those and do pretty well off here. Outworlds Alliance is, and then Independence is the targets here. So that's not the end of the world, 145. So it's basically still an early recommended 1 to 2 reputation. It's only a 50K travel cost. So we're going to go ahead and move over there. And I think we can do those in order. And I think that is the way to go. So let's go ahead and move forward. Okay, here we are. Let's see. Capture and defend. I don't think this will be a very difficult one. It's actually the lowest difficulty, 6 out of 8 and 7. So let's go and do it first. We've got a 9 kilometer late afternoon. Visibility's poor. It's a black blizzard. Hot sulfur. So this is probably going to be a little bit hot as far as planet. That's fine. And we'll go ahead and take it. So let's go ahead. Only 1 max salvage. Again, early game, 414,000 possible hazard pay. That's always good. And so let's go ahead and get going.
We're reading
here.
Heavy weather warnings out there, Commander. Expect limited visibility and sensor malfunctions on this mission. Incoming hostiles on approach and inadequate forces to deal
No,
with
you guys are
incoming
misunderstanding
armor
what's happening here. I mean, some of you guys are backseat driving, but the enemy AI is not missing. It's also chain firing, which means it never has to worry about like heat. And because of the mechanics of the game, you know, like it's just gonna wear you down. I mean, you might be able to like poke and like play the AI like thing, but you're sort of seeing the issue with the what I'm talking about.
Commander.
Like you'd have to like super cheese.
Your effectiveness. I expect these hostile forces to be sent packing quickly.
So let's see.
Without undue damage to our facility.
Let's see how big of a difference going from normal to hard is.
Hostile forces just cross the perimeter.
Actually, I don't know what Beardle
They're
was doing
heading
as
your
far
way.
as difficulty setting. I don't know if he was doing hard or
Target acquired.
normal. Even kiting, it doesn't matter. You just don't have enough sustain. That's these things.
Target acquired.
Making sure he's at range. He's got a medium laser, so he can start shooting. Like when I've been playing MechWarrior Online and stuff long enough to where it's like it's not the movement. Wow, he's just right there. It's like they just weren't moving, you know. And if you're running like perpendicular, and again, ideally you have evasion rating, but like if they're just not missing, it just doesn't matter. You're gonna be screwed.
Make sure they regret that decision, Commander. Brilliant. Payload acquired.
Yeah, I mean, look at the difference there.
Hold please. Those readings were enemy mechs. Moving in.
He's standing still, like the difference there just in
Target destroyed.
Hostiles inbound. Brace for contact, Commander.
yeah, potentially, Tori, but my point is, why is difficulty,
New
even at
target
hard,
sighted.
the mission difficulty, that's like, difficulty doesn't impact AI behaviors? No, but apparently it's impacting what? Like their aim, like percentage?
New target, flee.
God, this thing stops so bad. I think that's the thing I'm noticing the biggest is like just the lack of like stopping power. Yeah, look at totally ignoring me.
They got part of my mech.
God, that's still hitting super hard.
Target destroyed.
Your
Bad
turn
news,
radius
Commander.
is so
More
like
hostiles
so
inbound
sharp.
on your position. Get ready for some company.
My right leg just got yanked. Let's see if I can just build with my left side here. CT on him. Play it more like MWO. It's like where you.
By the father. I ejected out safely. Pummel them all by the father.
Target
Ejected out
destroyed.
safely. Pummel
Target
them all
acquired.
into nothing.
SRMs here. Firestar standstill was just fluke, not related difficulty change. Yeah, the missions themselves. Yeah. It's the, oh yeah. Outside of my range. I think it's like max of
Target
300
destroyed.
on what, 3 and 240. That's a pretty big difference of like range. Just base from
Target acquired.
level 0 to level 1. Yeah, I mean, if you had more than just one mech, I mean, obviously that would dramatically help things.
Target destroyed.
I'm showing no more enemies on the scope, Commander. Well done.
My big thing is like that's one of my issues with like just base game sort of like logic, and I guess mods can't really do anything about that, is that difficulty isn't like, hey, the strategy that's used against you. Difficulty is like, hey, just FYI, the enemy just does not miss as often, which, you know, in this case is really super illuminating when you're in a light mech. But yeah. Ooh, wow. Assault Katana tier 5. Random. Also targeting Mark 4. And advanced UAV drone. Also 308,000. Okay. So value-wise, Firestarter. We have 4 mediums. I think we're good on that. There's double heat sinks. Interesting. We need another mech. I think the Firestarter 7. I mean, unless we could get 2 flea parts or 2 spider parts. Then the question is, What do we go for? Again, we need 8 parts here, so I mean, regardless. We only got 6 parts here, max. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna lean on chat. Chat, what do you think here? Do we do 2 flea parts just to get another mech on the, you know, like, are we gonna see another flea? We need at least 4 of one variant. I mean, another mech is another mech. What are we more apt to see? A fire starter, a flea. I would say probably flea. Let's do 2 parts here. And then share cost. AMS is 100K. Let's try to get here we go. Look at that. We got some XP there. Alright, I think the other contracts will be a lot easier. I say that, we're all probably just gonna die. That's what's gonna happen. Let's just be real here. Oh, how much did that cost me? And I'm in cold storage. Work orders. It was 41K. Okay, that's not bad, all things considering. Alright, I think that I went a little bit better. So difficulty from hard to normal. At least right now, difficulty with the chain fire mechanic, it might have been worse even if, I don't know, there's something there that AI was not missing on the hard difficulty for whatever reason, and with the lack of skills maybe, or combo, also Locust. But even while moving, I was still taking damage. That's what's tough. I mean, you don't really have a whole lot of armor. So, if you guys enjoy watching this suffering, let's see what happens on the next contract. Make sure to click the like button and follow along if you haven't done so already. Let me know in the comments, do you think I'm going to survive? I really do think getting a second mech will open the doors, and obviously a third and fourth as well. But that's it for this video. I hope to see you on the next one. Until next time.